Okay.
So welcome to another exciting episode of the Feel It Real Fun show. Blah, blah, blah. Coral says nothing. Coral says thumbs down. Coral says no. Yes.
Well, Joe, I trust Joe.
I trust Joe.
And he said, sorry, Coral, not on you, but Joe's a director. And I'm thinking he'll be okay.
Cool, I see what happened. All right, so.
We hear you, says Joe.
Ready. That's excellent.
Let's
so, welcome, feeling episode, blah, blah, blah. Quotes, all that cool stuff. Nancy is here, and so now we can sound good. Coral, we trust you too. That's excellent. So since you agree with us, we now trust you.
Nah.
Right. Anyway.
Do you want to show the prop? The sound effect?
Do all that again.
There are
right.
all sorts of things.
Yeah. Okay,
so let's start at the beginning.
Okay, ready? Emergency and instant manifesting, blah, blah, blah. FeelItRealFun.com. Go there. FeelItRealFun.com. That's for the refunds.
For the refunds.
How to feel it real. If you want to learn something from people that are actually having fun.
That's howtofeelitreal.com.
That's right.
Yes.
Never go anywhere where people suffer from fun deficit disorder.
That's right.
Right? And so today we've got sound effect.
Block your ears.
Okay, we call that the Fookster.
At some point that'll just fly off.
Oh, no.
So
This is
careful.
handcrafted in Australia. It's the Fookster.
The fruit stuff.
Fookster.
Fookster.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Oh, you will.
Okay.
Okay, we've got a replicant of the implement of destruction.
Yes.
Right? So it's a little smaller. If I had the big one, you couldn't see anything. Yeah, if I just use this one, you can't see Victoria.
That's great.
All right.
So actually, for the people that aren't on Free Neville,
In the Facebook group?
Power of Imagination Facebook group,
Yes.
they could see the relevance of that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll be talking about all that today. That's right. So,
Yes.
Monica, welcome to the show.
Yes.
And I think we're caught up. Let's dive in.
Okay.
Now we're up to 10 people, and we actually have sound.
Well, that's a good thing.
All right.
All right.
So,
Yes.
and sound effects. By the way, every time, so I need you guys to type in things like prop and sound effects once in a while. That way you can remind us to use these weird-ass things. Like some people need reminded to feel it real. I do it every morning, right? Well, you know what reminds me to feel it real every morning before I get out of bed? Right? I got to drop the kids off at the pool.
Yes.
Right? So it's like, radio, let's do some good shit, then drop off the shit, then get the shit done. So, Victoria, there's what I did, and there's why it worked. And this is where we had to repair the sound. Ready? So a lot of people know, hey, Mark, what exactly did you imagine to turn your hair purple? And they'd go, well, I've been imagining that, but it don't work for me. Well, that's because you got to get why it worked in place first. Right? There's what you did, drive the car. There's why I was able to drive the car. Yeah, I actually took driver's ed. Then I learned how to drive from Susie Q's mom because she knew I'd be driving Susie Q's car. And my dad taught me how to drive a manual transmission. But I digress. So, Victoria, let's do the quotes.
Okay.
All right.
So, actually, today's quote, 1 second.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of the quotes. Oh, she's going to do the prop again.
One
Good
of
on
the
her for
quotes.
remembering.
Is from the Neville Goddard ProsperityPack.com. And
Yeah, that's right.
is that right?
Yep. It's on thick,
You
yummy
can print it
paper.
out.
You can print it out. We don't. Somebody printed it out in the group today. I actually got goosebumps and that special feeling. So,
Special feeling.
because I do. Like when you make it yours.
Yes.
If it's just a PDF on a screen, you're probably never going to use it. Right? But if you
Yeah.
print it out and you stain it with your own damn coffee cup.
Highlighters, all different
Yeah,
colours.
exactly. You can have fun.
Cool.
So, Tricktoria,
Okay.
let's do it.
All right. So Neville says, when the desire is upon you, that is the time to accept your wish in its fullness. Perhaps there are reasons why the urge is given you at this time.
Keep this in mind, right? It requires a solid grip to pick up. You see that? The knuckles actually turn white when you grab it.
Yes.
And that's a small version.
And that's a small one.
Yes.
The one you,
Yeah,
It's a big one.
yes.
Your three-dimensional being may think it cannot be now, but your fourth-dimensional mind knows it already is. So the desire should be accepted by you as a physical fact now.
Hey, you guys that are getting a little confused about that kind of weird shit, go to NevilleGoddardStore.com in the 2024 series. We actually did a call on 5 dimensions of desire. It was fun. Crass commercial for that, over. You don't got to put that in the thing. Just,
Okay, I
just
won't.
put Neville Goddard store if you want to.
Yes.
Yes.
That tends to be what I do.
Yes. All right.
Do you
I guess
look at
you
them
do.
much?
I look at you. I just watch her.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
welcome to the show.
And there is another quote.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Okay.
get them all out of the way.
So, all out of the way. So
All out of
why
the way.
not do as my friend does and revise the conversation as you hear it? If the words are not what she wants to hear, she does not listen.
All right. And the third Neville Goddard quote beyond all that is, why wait?
Yes, why wait?
All right, so here we go. Ready? So I'm not going to blame Victoria for anything like most husbands do. Right? So Victoria, by request, had put meat in a cast iron fry pan in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 or 45 minutes. I don't remember.
45. Yeah.
Doesn't matter because it's really fucking hot.
That's what 20
Oh,
wanted.
wait, hold on. I'm not supposed to say the F word. All right. So it's like radio. And so I get home from the pool, and she pulls out the cast iron fry pan
With my silicone
with her
gloves.
silicone gloves and
Yes.
sits it on the range top.
Yes.
And I look and I realize there's a lot of juice in that pan. And I want the pork chops to be crispy.
Yes.
So I do something, right?
yeah.
I reach and I grab said pan and lift it up, right, to pour off the juice. You see, when you grab said pan,
And it's 350 degrees.
and it's 350
50
degrees
Fahrenheit.
you get there should be burns all across that part of my hand,
Yes.
right? And this is where we need you guys to put like hashtag sound effects and stuff. So ready?
Yeah.
Hashtag sound effects. Ready? It's like, oh, that's the
Smell
sound.
effects.
Well, no, we didn't get to smell effects yet.
Yet,
Yeah, so
okay.
look at her. She's all excited. Look
Because
at her.
I was like, oh my God.
Right.
Yes.
So hashtag sound effects.
Yes.
Right. Suddenly, I can hear the sizzle of skin becoming crispy, like I want my pork chops to be, but not my skin.
Yes.
What comes next is hashtag smell effects,
It
and
was.
I can just smell. Oh, that's skin turning into something that's not all that useful.
Yes.
Right? It's no longer skin when it's no longer useful. Hashtag that. Right? And then there's Victoria going,
No.
no! Oh my God, 20! Oh my God, put it down! Yeah, like I need to be told to put it down.
Well, you didn't straight away.
Oh no,
so
I
it was
didn't.
because you're in shock.
Oh well, I'm going. What is that smell? Right? Oh, the smell and the sound of flesh. Right? Down it goes. Immediately, it's followed by approximately 27 seconds of me simply staring. Right? That's what's going on the outside. Now, remember, I'm telling you what I did. We're also going to tell you why it worked. Because if you try to do what I did without the why it worked, it ain't going to work for you probably. Right? Riggy, welcome to the show. So, ready? Sound effect. Smell effect. Victoria effect.
I know.
Right? And then her telling me, put it down. I got that. I don't need to be told that, right? I'm a man. I don't need to be told anything by her. Right? So, ready? Silence. Stop and be still. Because at that point in time, it's gone apeshit in the command center. And it's really not the command center. It's more like the public relations center, right? Like all this crazy shit's going on in there, right?
Yeah.
And it's like radio. So obviously, cast iron fry pan immediately returns to top, right? I don't even look at my hand. I am not interested, right? And instead of rushing for the sink and going to get butter or olive oil or spray shit, whatever the fuck people do, right? Bandages, I stand there for about 27 seconds, and I notice there's internal dialogue. Ready? Swear word. Right, you can imagine the swear words going on in my head. Don't have time for that. So I revise the swear words into yum. Right? Yum. I'm looking at my dinner. Oh, it's lunch. Yum. My one meal a day.
Not your hand. Yes.
Yum. Right? In there, I'm looking at my yum.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
I'm feeling my yum. What else do I got going on? Victoria yelling, 20! Put it down! Drop it! Right? I'm imagining her, yum. So I'm revising some things. Right? I'm not waiting till night. Whoa, let me put this on my list of shit to revise tonight. No, I'm revising it now, as I'm experiencing it, inside and outside. I'm also, I've got this Attitude of Abdullah. You guys that are just starting out or don't have it yet, again, NevilleGoddardStore.com. Get the Attitude of Abdullah. It's in there somewhere. Right? We talk for, 60 minutes, an hour and a half. We explore the Attitude of Abdullah. Because when your skin is sizzling and smoking, right? Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And it requires that Attitude of Abdullah. Now, here's a couple whys. Right? First of all, the Attitude of Abdullah. That's one of the big whys. Because I don't have time. Right? I mean, second, possibly third-degree burns on my hands. I don't have time to go to the hospital. Because they still want you to be vaccinated and all that bullshit here. I don't want to go see my doctor because I've seen her twice in 14 years, right? And neither one of them I was really thrilled about going to see her about because we argue about things like margarine versus butter. And I said, you want to eat something with 27 ingredients in it? That's almost the same as plastic. Yeah, you eat it, right? I like cows, right? But I digress. So I've got this Attitude of Abdullah. Right? I'm refusing. I've got this thing I also call the right of refusal. Right? I'm refusing. And I don't move. I essentially have gone into a state that some people would call catatonic. I'm standing there and I'm staring. I am in the state akin to sleep, and I am silencing all the shit. I'm revising as it happens. And then I turn to Victoria and I say, I have to run it under cold water now.
Yeah.
27 seconds later, they say do it immediately, right? 27 seconds later, I do it, right? Now, here's the fun thing, right? There's nothing wrong with my hand. Nothing whatsoever. I've done this with cuts. I've done this with my hand. So the first, why did it work? Okay, Why did it work? The Attitude of Abdullah. You can get that at NevilleGoddardStore.com if you want to explore it with us. If you want to make it up on your own as you go along, you can do that too. Right? The second thing, Joseph Goddard to the max. Every single day before I get out of bed, I start in the darkness. I've got no data about my day ahead. I know I've got a few specific events. I'm a writer. I'm a teacher. Some days I've got live calls, group or one-on-ones. And before I get out of bed, I do exactly what we teach in Joseph Goddard to the max, the way that I teach it. I nail 5 to 10, 6 to 11, 7 to 12, specific events of my day having gone my way. I do not imagine, boy, it was a good day. You know, I imagine specific wins every day that are important to me. And it's that last word, because people go, well, anyone can manifest a good lunch. Well, you do it then. Right? I manage to do it every day. I imagine my experience of her yum, and it doesn't just imply a good meal, it implies a good marriage. Because there are people that go, I'm going to go out and eat. See ya. Right? And it just goes on the shit slide from there. So, Joseph Goddard to the max. Specific wins every day that are important to me. Right? My writing is important to me. My meal with her is important to me. My exercise at the gym is important to me. These are all things that I nail every single day. And there's some unique ones every single day. Now, this doesn't take long. It just takes a few minutes because I'm practiced. When you start out, it takes you longer. Sort of like riding a bicycle. It takes you longer to ride it down the street when you first learn how. But the more you play with it very specifically, the less training wheels you need and the faster it gets. I noticed the other morning I nailed 3 wishes probably within 7 seconds. I was like, oh, that's sweet. Now let's fast forward to Mr. White Knuckles here.
Sound effects.
Right? No, it's prop.
Yeah, gotcha.
It could be a sound effect because there's a ring there.
Excuse me.
It's important to me that I be able to write. 2nd and 3rd degree burns, can't write. Right? Also can't exercise at the gym. Also can't drive a car. Also can't reach over in the middle of the night and grab her by the face when she's snoring. Right? Yeah. Can't do anything if the dominant hand is damaged. I don't have time for that. Attitude of Abdullah. And I'm very fast at moving into important things today that I want fulfilled. So one more. I know Neville Goddard said the word persist. And I know people use that to torture themselves for years. And you persist until you experience the relief of possession, the Sabbath. That doesn't mean months and years. What that means is, if you make this an act of will, you discover how slow you can be. If you if you don't, right? I was willing to stop and be still, and I accepted my hand in its entirety. And until I felt my hand the way I love my hand, and of course I can, while doing that, I'm exercising at the gym, typing to you. I'm experiencing what implies my hand is fine. Here's another thing I'm not doing. My hand is fine, my hand is fine, my hand is fine, my hand is fine. Don't do that. Right? It's silly. You experience what implies your wish is fulfilled. So, that's that. One more crass commercial, and we'll do the button up and other crass commercials. ManifestingMasteryCourse.com, Lesson 1, The Girls Giggled. If you've done it, give it a peek, apply it to this show. You'll get why I love ManifestingMasteryCourse.com, Lesson 1. If you haven't done it, it's $1 a day. Why wait? So, how'd we do with all that? Anything you want to add in? Because you were there. You were
there.
Live.
Yeah, well, I did the smell effect.
Yeah,
You did the hear effect. No.
There's something about the smell of skin burning.
Yeah.
And the sizzle of, that's not the pork chops. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Anyway, disregard the evidence of the senses. Right? Yeah, that takes on a whole new meaning.
Cool. So, what we want to know is, tell us, what was your hashtag? Strawberry Bet.
Yay!
And mine was how you did do that and how your hand is perfect. I can't believe it.
By the way, I'm holding the mic with it now.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
There are these moments. If you practice, I'm so thankful that I am a long-term martial artist, and for a while in my life I was a police officer. Because as a police officer, if you, at least back in the 80s and 90s, you better be doing what works. Right? If you're doing something that doesn't work, it will get you killed. You don't get to go home. You don't get to pass go. I've made it my life's pursuit to disregard what's not useful. And one of the things that I love about these teachings done this way, for, 7 years I've been doing josephgoddardtothemax.com. So whenever my hand turns into seared flesh, I get to go, this is important to me, and I can't persist for 7 days. Right? I persist now and move into the Sabbath now. And then after the 27 seconds, when I find the Sabbath, I turn to her and I says, I have to go run it underwater now.
I like also how, because you brought up about the attitude of Abdullah, because one of your favourite sayings was, I haven't got time for this.
I haven't got time for this.
And because it would impact you all your entire life, like everything that you do, like you said, with
I couldn't
riding,
even smoke a cigar.
Swimming, gym, you couldn't smoke a cigar, hold a whiskey, hold a mic, so many things. So it's like that, and I'm getting that I haven't got time for this is like the attitude of Abdullah.
Absolutely. Cool.
Yeah.
That'd be a good way to actually share that or promote that program, because whenever I'm persisting, I'm making time to struggle for years. I'd rather have you stretch and shapeshift now, because you can move in the twinkle of an eye. And the reason why most people don't is they don't practice it. josephgoddardtothemax.com, and while you're there in the store getting that, Attitude of Abdullah. Get that. We don't have a .com on that, I checked. Not in the mood to set one up today
in
either.
the 2024 record? No, probably
No.
Just,
I think it's just in the general
there.
section.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Cool. And I'm thinking, maybe you haven't commented for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah,
or
we're not
maybe
sa-
Facebook has
Facebook
prevented
is-
the comments because
who
we haven't
knows?
seen what you said.
Yeah, so we'll be checking comments later. We love you guys.
Yeah,
So,
very cool.
all right, do we have anything else? JoinRemarkable.com. Hey,
Yeah.
what's it costing you not to invest $100 a month and join in a live group call, the private Facebook group, and explore all kind of cool shit with us? What's it costing you?
Yeah.
Right, to hang out on the Reddits.
Thank you,
Or
Rob
17
Egg.
different public Neville Goddard groups. Or we'll go watch Neville Goddard. I love him, right? The AI version, right? While I was on Facebook the other day, reading the scripture. Really, Neville? Come on, that ain't you.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, you guys.
all right. So, Victoria, what's for lunch today?
Butterflied legs of lamb.
Oh, that's
Small
right.
ones,
We'll be
yes.
cooking those. I got these. So years ago, right? So I was playing with the identity of top shelf meat at bottom shelf prices, and that sort of went aside for a while. And I still got good deals and shit. But I re-entered that. And so we got these butterflied legs of lamb. Cheaper than the price of legs of lamb with lots of bone. Right? And so they're going to go on the grill today. It's going to be a feast of us.
Probably almost cheaper than mince.
Oh, they
It's
are cheaper
ridiculous.
than mince. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mince,
really.
it's cheaper than ground cow.
Yeah.
So we got premium butterflied Lego lamb for cheaper than cow mince. Go figure. All right. Victoria, thank you for a wonderful show.
Thank you,
And thank
you
you all for helping
guys.
us with our microphone problemo.
Yeah.
And,
And this is where we learned couldn't hear a word.
Oh, yeah. They've just been
That's why they didn't
reading our
comment.
lips the whole time. Oh, I hope they heard the sound effect and saw the prop. I'm sure they saw the prop.